Here we go.
Yeah.
Hello,
Hi,
everybody.
all. This is Dr. J, student
And
live
Spike.
from Long Island.
Long.
Spike here.
How's it going?
You want to give your salutation?
My salutation is hello. And
Hello.
and I hope you had a
Actually,
better week than I did.
is a salutation something you do at the beginning or at the end?
That's a very good question.
Yeah. I think greetings and salutations, right?
Greetings and salutations. That's right.
Yeah, so therefore
Pomp, pomp and circumstance.
must be
Frickin' frack. Abbott and
must be,
Costello.
must be at the beginning of the show. In any event, we're back after a glorious week with new highs for the Dow Jones Industrial Average
Unbelievable.
and the Nasdaq. The only
And the
lag
NASDAQ.
is the DRUT, and it will play catch up. It was the best performing index today, of the
Oh,
four.
I wasn't even looking because I didn't refresh my
And
overall.
it really blew them away. What index really blew them away today? The IBB was up like almost 2.5%, I think.
The IBB.
That's the biotechnology index.
Yeah, actually, this was a good week for those.
Well, the Friday was sensational for them, and we have a request for a few biotechs. Hey, Chris. Chris, I'm sorry about your St. Louis Cardinals. I really am. I was rooting for you that day. ARWR keeps making 52-week highs. Spike, I listened to you and I sold not half, but 40% at 40.
You listened to me and did that.
Remember you suggested that I bought it at 18, I should sell half? Well, I didn't quite listen to you. I only sold 40%.
Okay.
Yeah,
Arrowhead. Well, they just something just happened to bring them up to those new highs. Some announcement about their cystic fibrosis.
Chris says it was a tough series. It was a tough series if you're a Cardinal fan. You got swept. That's a tough series. Definition.
Yeah, that one was tough.
No doubt about it.
Now, actually, as far as this one goes, I'm told that this was one of the. I don't know if it holds the record, but very rare do you find a finals in any of the sports where the home team loses every single one of the games, and that's what happened.
That it's the first time ever in any sport.
Actually, I teach a lesson about the fact that the home team advantage is a thing, and so now I'm going to have a hard time convincing my students that it's still a thing. Well, it's sort of like saying, how come there's global warming if I'm cold outside?
Hey, Spike, this is the first time in 100 years, so what does it mean? The first time ever in any sport.
That's true.
In any sport that it went 7 and the road team won every game.
Well, it was astounding. It's one for the books.
And I called Washington on Wednesday night. I did my midweek wrap, and I said Washington will win tonight because they had Scherzer on the mound, and the matchup Scherzer versus Greinke just favored Washington in my mind. And also the fact that no road team had lost yet. And I said, why not one more like that?
Yeah. There was still people in the stadium at Washington. They just didn't have a team to look at. They would get a jumbotron.
Been playing chess again, Dr. J. It goes from he has been playing. What are you saying? Oh, PHAS, not chess.
Oh yeah.
Phase Bio goes from 390 a share to 420s, and every other day this week, basically. I'm going to have to look at Phase Bio.
We didn't look at that. We haven't looked at that one in a very long time.
One of Anthony's favorite plays, right, Anthony? You've been in and out of this one a long time, as long as I know you. By the way, Clarence, what have you got in store for us? You got any favorites you want us to look at tonight?
I'll tell you, if you want to make yourself feel good, you might as well look at some of these farmers, huh?
Well, we will.
And if you want to make yourself feel bad, let's look at some of the cannabis.
I know. I know what I really want to look at. I want to look at Tandem again before
Oh,
earnings.
Tandem, yeah.
I think they're going to have blowout earnings. I think there's no reason to expect not.
Tandem
The
actually is something worth looking at because I wanted to talk to you about that one.
WBA. Clarence
WBA.
likes WBA. Is that the women's
Yeah,
basketball?
exactly. That's what I was wondering. Well, we need a new sport now that baseball's over, so
Clarence,
we'll
what
start
the
watching the
heck is
WBA.
WBA? It's like some kind of league. Is this on the big board? The 3 letters. What the heck is it? Oh, Walgreens. It's on the big board.
Oh, Walgreens.
WBA. WBA is more than a drugstore. I'll tell you that much. It has a big online market, and they have big. What are they called? What do they call the pharmacy benefit managers? PBMs.
Oh,
PBMs.
Right.
They're PBM. They're a drugstore. They're everything. They're ubiquitous. They're all over the place. Walgreens,
they're also well, actually, the WBA is the Walgreens Boots Alliance. I guess that's Boots is their silent partner.
Oh, that's not the drugstore?
Well, it says Walgreens, so
it must, it must encompass everything.
Yeah, right.
CVS has been another one of my favorites. I was very high on CVS about a year ago, and it's lived up to my expectations. Oh, Clarence is saying go short, Walgreens. I'll give you a better short. I hate Netflix. I was so down on Netflix at 400.
Really?
Oh.
Well, there's going to be some reasonable reasonable competition. Sorry, I guess I had a.
And they keep raising the price. And what are they giving you for? People.
Yeah, no, they keep on upping my price. Another buck every month. It's another $1, and maybe they are going to push me towards Disney.
And also,
grandchildren.
Yahoo has great content like Dr. J Spike and Friends, for example.
Exactly.
So what do you need to go elsewhere? You could just tune in 7:30 Fridays.
Right.
And see Dr. J Spike and Friends. We need a friend. By the way, if anybody watching wants to be our friend and come on with us, we'd love that, right, Spike?
Yes. Yes.
Well, you know what?
Like I said, I can see you're smart and you keep your head very small in the picture. I keep my ugly face very big in the picture.
No, you're the handsome.
And we definitely have room for it. We definitely have room for a third.
You're the young handsome.
A pretty
guy,
face.
You know what I mean? So,
oh yeah, right. I'm
just this old fogey.
I'm the Jonathan Franks to your Jean-Luc Picard.
I'm the old fogey, so I keep a low profile down here.
Yeah, I'm gonna come all the way back.
I should look into the camera more, wave at people, smile. People tell me I look better when I smile.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
how many of them are not married to you?
My wife tells me that I look better.
That was my question.
Yes.
So did you want to do? I mean,
I'm going to put down my stock twits and my handle for Twitter, so that people can send me a message if they want to come on. And DM me if you want to come on. Let me know if you want to come on now. The best way is to let me know in the chat.
Just ask.
Yeah. And what else?
You might want to throw the chart of WB on, because it does look like an interesting little play.
Okay, we'll shot it.
Yeah. Taking a look at it here.
Facebook is something I don't really pay much attention to. I have an Instagram account. I don't use that, but I should. And also, I'm making us a Facebook page. I'm going to make us a page called, guess what? Dr. J Spike and Friends.
There you go.
Yeah. So,
I actually, my personal account at Facebook, I dumped it because of all this. And so now it seems like this thing where I'm gonna have to say Facebook just when I thought I was out. They dragged me back in.
Yeah, I'm not a Facebook person either.
Yeah, but it's sort
I'm
of like saying I'm not. It's saying like I'm not an outside person.
should I?
You,
Should I? I'm going to splash
you have
my.
no choice. Oh, look
I'm
at
going to
that.
splash my Twitter name across the screen.
Yeah, I see that. Church has.
Yeah, that way it's more visible for people and they can write it down.
Now, is one
You know
to
what?
implement? Is one to think from that you actually like playing chess, or is that just
Dr.
a?
J plays chess.
Oh,
I actually published a couple of games that I won on YouTube. I played a grandmaster in the New York Open and came oh so close to beating him. So
wow, that's impressive. I play a mean game of checkers. Oh
check.
yeah, Clarence is asking if I'm still holding my VIX. I actually bought some more this morning.
Are you like,
I figured what comes up, what goes up must go down. So
are
what
you a
goes
checker?
down must go up.
Checkers is a very finite game. People draw. The problem
Oh
with
yeah,
it,
yeah. It's very easy to draw. It's like playing tic-tac-toe.
yeah, it's
The
like
only way to win is to not play.
95% of the games in the in championships are draws. So I mean,
Not when I play my kids. I usually win.
Are you still holding TVIX?
Oh yeah, I'm not. I mean, I was looking at the S&P just to see what was going on, and yeah, the S&P looks poised, but there's still
Yeah, people are trying to give you a hint.
as much as the S&P looks poised for a really good breakout. I have to feed that monster in me who's very pessimistic.
I think Clarence is giving you a hint.
He's giving me a hint that I should go. I hope the hint is that I should still hold on to it because
No,
I'm dollar cost averaging
I
myself
think
down.
he's giving you a different kind of message. All right.
Well, see, Dr. J, you're more perceptive than I am. But first,
Well, it's the same message that I would give you. Get the hell out of it.
which is what don't throw good money after bad. Well, you're my father.
Certainly don't buy more of it. But if it's worth anything more than a penny, get rid of it.
Yeah. All right. Like I said, I bought some more. I bought some more this morning.
If it ain't working for you, give it up.
Well, when we do the chart for the S&P, I'll show you my reasoning.
You can show me your cockamamie reasons why.
My cockamamie reasoning.
Yeah, you can explain the cockamamie reason why it's going to go down.
I know. Believe me,
I'm just going to.
I'm one of those people. It's sort of like I won't not touch the stove just.
Well,
I have to know that it's hot.
Disclaimer: at this point, after the hearing that, do your own due diligence. Our opinions are strictly my own.
Thank you.
Mike's opinion is strictly his own. I would have to say that's the case.
Yes, my opinion is my own.
Yeah. All right.
But wait. I'm gonna say that save for American Waterworks, which is having its own individual problems. My other water stocks are doing pretty well. T-Tech and that ilk, and the ETFs I have for clean water. So I'm still bearish on clean water.
We had a sensational call on ATNM. It was 38 cents last Friday, and I looked at the chart. I said, buy at 26 cents.
Right.
Where is it now? 26 cents.
There you go.
I think that was nothing short than
it was ATHX was the one that you bailed on, but ATNM was the good one, right?
ATNM was the one that
Actinium, right?
Johnson was in. Where is she? She's not here tonight. She'll get around.
Right.
What are each of you holding for a 5G play? What are you holding, Spike?
For 5G? Well, yeah. Why don't I hold some Chinese stocks? Actually, no. I'm not. Even though I used to be a big telecom guy, I've sort of sidelined myself for that. And I'm not sure if this is like a Trojan horse in terms of whether or not ultimately 5G is going to give us some vulnerabilities in terms of security. I'm already hearing these stories about people are using their people are hacking into people's stoves to get into the rest of their internet.
I'm
And
gonna
I can imagine 5G is going to make that any easier,
I'm
any
gonna
harder.
throw out an idea, just an idea. I don't own it, but I've been looking at it for 5G play. WATT, watt. Watt.
WATT. What is that?
WATT, watt. What is watt?
What?
It's a
Oh wow, yeah,
company,
it's taking a nice
company
jump this
that
year.
will charge your batteries wirelessly.
Oh well, okay.
Eh,
It's not a direct technology play, but
look, it was 20 something dollars about 2 years ago. Now it's 3. So it obviously wasn't worth 20, but maybe it's worth 3.
yeah. Well, it's had a very very weird year.
We could look at that one. There's not that much time to look at it. Everything
Yeah,
else.
I know. I have to bail out around 8 o'clock
And so
myself.
on. So let's get to the share screen.
Okay, sounds good.
And you can let me know if somebody else signs on. You're watching.
Not a problem at all.
You're watching.
Yep.
Let me share screen. So we'll get around to every one of the requests.
Every one of them, including what you said, AT&M, right?
Yeah.
Because that's the that's it. Was that another one of those?
That was Lynn Johnson. Remember?
Yeah. No. My question was that another one of those plays that did well this week? Because that was one of the rising tides.
Biotech that collapsed from 38 cents last Friday to 26 cents.
Oh, that's the one that collapsed. That's the one that you said that you lost all your money on.
No,
she talked about 2 of them. She talked about ATHX also.
Yeah, Athesis was flat on the week.
Right. Those were the 2 she was on.
What more CVM? Oh, we got to chart that one.
Yeah, we definitely do. CVM actually
I
was
had
good
more yesterday. And
you said you bought some, Dr. J?
I bought a fairly decent chunk of it for a swing trade. Not a huge chunk.
Well, we were talking about. I'm looking at it right now. We were talking about $9, and now it closed at what, $7.03. But it might,
Yeah, I bought it. I bought it at 687. I'm not getting rich yet.
You bought it at 687 when? A couple months ago.
What's that?
About 6 months ago.
What 6 months ago?
687.
I'm talking Thursday. I bought it.
Oh yeah. I see it. It went down. Right on Thursday, it went down below 6. Right, below 6.
Yeah,
below 7.
So you
bought it right. You bought it right at the bottom of that little peak, didn't you?
Yeah, I hope. By the way, does it look okay? The screen?
The screen looks fine. It's showing the Dow Jones Industrials.
Okay, so we're up 301 points, 1.11%.
An impressive day, despite the talks of. I guess what happens. You'd say what's more important, the Fed dropping rates or the president getting impeached? We know everybody knows what their bread is buttered.
I think the old high was 27,308. Is that right? 27,308. It's the 27,380. No, 308 must have been, because it made a new high. The old high must have been 08 up here. It's slow. Oh, it's reloading. This I don't like. It's mad at me. My computer's mad at me. Yeah, my computer's not acting right. Once it starts reloading, that's not good. We may have to talk more sports, like the Knicks and the Nets.
Well, like I said, I hope there are a couple of basketball fans out there, because there's going to be less to talk about with.
You know who everybody's rooting for? I don't understand why. Everybody rooting for the Clippers and the Lakers. Who cares about the Clippers and the Lakers? All right,
the Clippers and the Lakers. Nobody was even talking about the Clippers before that guy sold it.
Right. It didn't make a new high today. The Dow. I thought it did. 27,398, and today's high was below that. So it almost made a new high. It took out these highs, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
Now it only has, it looks like maybe one more high Did it take out this side? This is 27,368. I don't know. 27,368. No. So it's got two highs to take out. It's not a wall anymore. There's only two left. I had 5 lines in here the other day on Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
There were 5 highs that I had to take out. I took out 3 of them. There's 2 more to go.
Nothing to cough at, my friend.
2 more to go, and we could say hip, hip, hooray. I thought it was a hip, hip, hooray day today, but evidently not. So we need to go up another 40 points. That sounds easy, right?
It does, doesn't it?
It does. And notice we're getting back into the Zoom channel again.
Yes, actually, I was actually drawing a different one. I was drawing one from one of the other lows. I was not looking at the January low. I was looking at the low before the January low, and building that line just to see.
Right about here.
So going back up to let me see. Let me get rid of this thing in my screen. Yeah, I was going back around
you're going all the way back to 6.3.
Yeah, I was going. I was looking at even if you look at those lows, even right, the one of 2018, even 319 2018. Use that line to the other lows.
I'm more interested in recent action, and recent action is tremendously strong on the Dow. It should take out the high. All right, we can't spend all day dwelling on the Dow, so we have better things to do, don't we?
No, what I was saying is I was just seeing a more long-term range that goes that's got an upward trend. Yeah, S&P was doing the same thing.
I'm very interested in the cockamamie logic why the S&P is going to collapse.
I didn't say it was going to collapse. I was just drawing some lines, and there was two. If you think of it like a random walk, right? You think of what the upside is and what the downside is. And so let me see what I said. I said my upside looked around 3,100. If we're doing the S&P, my upside looked around around 3,100. So if it could either hit past that one, or it can go down if it drops past the 2950. It could go down to 2,800. At least the way I saw it in terms of the pictures I was drawing. And so, like I said, so I could easily see both things happening. It's sort of like I said, it's sort of like a random walk. The way I was looking at it. And so, yeah, now it actually looks like it's headed towards the upward side. And like we got some momentum, definitely bringing it up.
This kind of funnel is generally bearish. We discussed that another time. And that was an argument put forth by Kramer a while back, using looking at the S&P from the point of view of a narrowing funnel and then a collapse. So you're not the only one to think that. There's other losers that think that.
Well, like I said, I mean, you know how stock advisors make their money, right? They send bullish letters to half their clients and bearish letters to the other half. And so at least they get to keep half their customers by saying, see how right I was.
That's just like any tout. That's the older business. At the racetrack, they do the same thing. It's all the same.
So Clarence says the support is 30.50. It bounced today. That's what he said for the S&P.
Yeah. I mean, this is a sensational looking chart. You just can't be short just yet.
Yeah, I guess you have to. Yeah, you do have to wait. I agree. I'm just being panicky.
You don't know when this thing is going to collapse or if it will.
Right.
And now you have support where you had resistance. So you have a lot of support right in here at 30.27.
Right.
A lot of support. Clarence said even higher, probably this high.
Yeah, he said 30.50, right?
Yeah, 30.50 is some support. But this one is more significant support. 30.
Yeah, no, I was just instead of working on parallel lines, I was working on lines with a bit of a slope. that sort
All
of
right,
track top and
so
bottoms.
basically we're at odds. I say up, up, and away. Change that T-VIX to the long one, whatever that's.
Okay, I'll start shorting. I'll just short what I bought today, so we'll call it a covered call.
Yeah. All right, so I want to look at Tandem.
Tandem, yeah,
I
tandem looked good today.
promised, I promised Kamal Ali
Uh-huh.
on StockTwits that I would look at Tandem, and I'm interested myself in Tandem, so why not? I'm actually quite bullish on Tandem, even though I have zero position. I think it should do well going into earnings. I don't know exactly when earnings are, but Kamal said earnings are coming up, I believe. Just don't know when. I didn't bother looking. And did I click on the stupid thing? Tandem. My computer is mad at me.
Oh yeah. Did you say something bad about it behind its back?
I think so. I think I always say something bad about Verizon behind its back.
Yeah,
So
right.
maybe the Verizon police are doing this to me.
Right.
They said,
Yeah.
let's
So
get
so much for
even.
net neutrality.
Yeah, right. So this is a tandem chart, and we're going to do full screen. I mean, we've looked at this time and time again, and basically, I don't remember what we said the last time, but basically, I like the fundamentals. I think we're going to have blowout earnings. There's no competition. I got let's say enlightened as to the fact that it's technically not a biotechnology company. It's a medical device maker. I don't know what sector it should be in, but that's fine. I I noted that correction.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I mean, because it's like those pumps now that are becoming pretty
Yeah,
popular. So
yeah.
instead of going for continual infusions, you just wear this pump, and it gives you your medicine on a regular basis.
Oh wow, we're just about to cross back. The 50 looks like it's getting ready to cross that 100. And it looks like it's breaking out to the upside between the 50 and the price is breaking out. Support at the 200, resistance at the 50, but I think
Hmm.
it's crossed that a couple of times and it looks really good. The chart looks really good to me without even drawing a single line, just looking at it. It's holding support at the 200. It looks like it wants to move north of the 100. The 50 looks like it wants to move north of the 100. Earnings could propel this to new highs. If
Yeah,
it gets
you would need some news.
blowout earnings, and we take out, definitely we'll take out the 829 high, 830 high of 74.30. So I mean, if you want to gamble on earnings, this is not a bad play. I don't like to be in for earnings if I'm doing a swing trade, but some people do. And I think there's an excellent chance you'll get better than expected earnings. So maybe, just maybe, I'm doing a lot of maybes,
Yeah.
but maybe it's worth a swing trade right here.
Yeah, betting the channels, buying the lows and selling the highs. Because what I did notice here is, like, if you look at the prior history before those, it's sort of relatively steady, and then it like gets really volatile for a little while, and it looks like it's heading back into something a little bit more steady, but still wavering with between where like the 65 and 67. I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of play there in terms of saying, oh,
It
let's sell the
depends
dips
on
and let's sell the dips and let's sell the peaks and buy the dips.
This is definitely an earnings play at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Good earnings, and this thing will soar.
Well, yeah,
Right,
it does seem to be waiting for something, right?
right now, it's seesawing on either side of the trend line that it's trying to go up on. Right,
Mm-hmm.
come down the other side, but it's got support at the 200. Bad earnings, and it'll go below the 200, and that will be you might get a retest of the lows. So this is a good play for those who like Atlantic City going into earnings.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
you
it's
like
making some decent
Atlantic?
news. I was looking at that.
I would be on the pass line, not the fade. I would not be on the don't pass line. I'd
You
be
would
on
be
the
on the dope
pass.
pass line. You'd be on the pass line.
I'd
Yeah,
be on the
you're
pass.
not gonna press any odds though.
No, I'm not going to press my bet, though, but I would be on the pass line. So what else did we want to look at? What were the other requests?
Oh well,
ARWR?
yeah, we were talking about at least one of those. The anthem, I think.
The Walgreens was another one.
Oh, Walgreens. Yeah, no, definitely Walgreens is worth looking at. Let's do that one next.
In what order? I want to do it in order. ARWR, Anthony's, right? Do them
Oh,
in
yeah, all
order.
right. Oh, it's
ARWR.
ARWR also was something we talked about today. Yes, that one had
Yeah.
a.
ARWR, of course it would go up after I sold it. ARWR. Luckily, I only sliced it. I didn't get out of the position.
Well,
So you deny all knowledge of having suggested I do that?
I certainly do.
Yours, because I have it on tape.
You're gonna have to look at the archives.
I have it on tape. You're on tape.
Yeah, I know.
Having told.
Right. This time, it's not just hearsay; it's an actual transcript.
But Trump denies things that are on tape. So what's the difference?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah,
All right.
this was definitely a miss for the last couple of months, anyway.
Sometimes what you seize is not what you get. Flip Wilson, what you seize is what you get.
Right.
Geraldine.
Oh, that's right,
He
Geraldine.
was great.
That was Geraldine.
What a great comedian. Terrific
Certainly
comedian.
Was. Very underrated.
I like these slapsticky comedians that would do anything for a laugh, dress up
Including
as a woman.
Dressing up as a woman, yeah.
Taking off their pants, whatever it takes.
Well, if ratings get too low on this show, I'll put my pants back on.
You know how many times Johnny Carson is stripped down to his skivvies?
Oh yeah, that was his shtick.
Yeah, all the time.
Well, and then you find out how many of these news anchors are actually wearing like shorts or underwear underneath the table.
Uncle Milton Berle used to do that on his show all the time. All right,
so Jiggy Puff, while you're doing this, Jiggy Puff also asked whatever happened to TEUM. I don't even remember talking about that.
TEUM is a crooked company, and the crooked companies go down eventually.
They get found.
But the thing is, it may have been overdone and may be time to buy. I want Jigglypuff's opinion. Anyway, we have 3 hits on this trend line. Going up, right?
What are we looking at? We're looking at Arrowhead, yeah.
I can't see anything but up, like Anthony says.
That is an unbelievable last 3 months. Well, actually, what is it? It's not even 3 months. It's only the last 1 month.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not calling this one to be a sell. I'm calling this one to be a hold to an ad. It's a new high territory. Well, why the hell would you sell it?
Good point.
Maybe you sell it.
Then don't get illusions that I've been telling you to sell it and hold on to it for a while.
Well, look at this. This would be a good support area, right at the bottom of this candle.
Well, I guess once it tapers, then that would be a sell sign, right?
Yeah, so that would be 36.38. I would hold. I think there's a lot of room underneath for support. So even on a pullback,
you got the 35 at least with that last high.
Yeah, look, that's what I told you when you told me to sell. I said there's a lot of support underneath, even if I
didn't say anything. I'm telling you, you got to show me the tape.
All right, you don't believe you advised me to get rid of half.
I mean, look, I maybe I did, but
maybe.
but maybe you're just gaslighting me.
No, look, I'm not looking to make you look bad. You told me to get rid of half, but
I'm not here to give advice. I'm here to be a comic foil.
let me explain something to you. You don't look bad. I look bad because I listened.
Yeah, right. Who's the bigger fool? The fool or the fool who follows the fool?
Yeah, you had nothing to lose by telling me to get rid of half.
Hey, no, I'm
It's,
losing very well on my own. I don't need
all
your
you,
advice for me to lose money.
all you did was tell me that's what I would do. That's no.
All
I
right, you're
don't.
right. In a situation like that, I may very well have said, you know something, I would take a percentage off and just live off my and then live off a house money. That's what I
Where would
would
you
say
buy?
because that's the way I am.
I would buy on a pullback to a high of 1023 if I wanted to get in. $40 that
You get
area.
in. You would get in 40. Interesting. You see, you're a
Yeah,
lot bolder
I
than I am.
think
That's why you're richer than me. You got a nice
I
house.
would add at 40. That's exactly where I sold, but I think I'd buy it back at 40.
Certainly
That's what.
35, but if it even touches that again.
Yeah, you have support at 36,
Yeah.
35. All
We
right.
should look at one or two more before I have to go. So that
Yeah,
which would
you can go. I can carry on.
okay. Yeah, well, I'm
Maybe
having fun actually.
maybe
It's
Rosie.
hard. It's hard for me to get off.
You think Rosie will show up?
Do I think Rosie will show up? That would be interesting if she does. But
Call for Rosie. Rosie,
yeah, Rosie, are you watching?
where's Rosie?
So, my recommendation is we don't talk about pot today. Cannabis guy isn't here anyway.
Well, pot is not hot.
Pot is not hot. Is right.
Pot is not hot.
I mean, for last week, at the end of last week, I was
What were
thinking,
the other two
maybe,
requests?
my MedMen will do okay, and it did okay for about an hour and a half, and then that was it.
Oh, Men was a disaster.
Well, but that's the store that everybody goes to.
Well, I
Sort
don't
of
even
like,
know what happened.
and I
Was
was
it
thinking.
like
Remember, I was saying
earnings?
about
It must have been
these
a.
Canadian companies, and I was sort of pushing for the Canadian companies. One thing I hadn't thought about that I read in some article was that one of the troubles with Canadian companies is if they want to expand, they can't they have a little trouble outright buying U.S. companies because it's sort of like the whole thing about
I'm going
foreign
to
companies buying American companies.
Spike. I'm going to
Yes.
throw out a few not pot. I'm going to throw out a few biotech names in case people are interested in getting into what looks like it's sector that's heating up.
Sounds perfect.
RCEL,
Which one?
we've charted RCEL before.
RCL.
ARQL is another one that's hot.
RQL.
AGRX, a tremendous 50% move one day this week.
Which one was that?
And Geron, it looks poised to run. And ATHX, if you feel like sitting and wasting your money for a year, that would be a good
All right.
one.
That was the other one that we were talking about
That's the one I'm collecting. It's a good collector's item. I'm collecting a lot of it. Just, as a collector.
Clarence says that Cron is in accumulation.
I love Chronos. That's my biggest position.
The article I read was about Chronos.
Yeah, I do like Chronos.
Well,
what is it?
So does Altria.
Why didn't WGA load? Is there a WGA?
For Walgreens? It's WBA.
Yeah. Oh, WBA.
Yeah.
Who'd have thought?
It's definitely worth looking at right now before I have to head out.
All right. Walgreens Boots Alliance?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Is that the drugstore? I don't even know if that's the drugstore. Clarence, is that the drugstore?
I know Clarence was on it.
All right, $57, up 260 today. Woo! Wow. Earnings date was the middle of December 2019. What the heck?
I know that Boots confused me too. Best chart, yes, he says.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So I like the fundamentals.
Yeah, it really does have a nice looking chart, doesn't it?
I like CVS and Walgreens about equal.
Uh-huh.
So I don't even have to look at the chart. I like this one. In a bull market, I like it. In a bear market, I like it.
Well, it had a good day
So it
today.
doesn't
It had a good
matter.
day today,
They're,
certainly.
they're both defense. It's a defensive, offensive play. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, because
It
I
does.
think it'll.
Although they were embroiled, weren't they embroiled as a defendant in some of these opiate lawsuits?
They might be.
So well, I guess as long
Doesn't
as they have good insurance companies, that doesn't matter, right?
doesn't particularly bother me because they're in a must-win position. They're a
Yeah,
tremendous strain.
you got to get your drugs
Uh,
somewhere, right?
yeah, and the 50 is crossing the 100. I like their online business. 50 is crossing the 100. That looks
Yeah, the
good.
50, right? I looked at 50 against the exponential, and right, you got the same that
Well,
same buy signal.
look at the 200. It's way above the 50 and the 100. So it's a little messed up. It's recent time. Recently, it's not been doing that great, apparently.
Well, yeah,
But it looks like,
it's had a big hit in August and another big hit in March for whatever
yeah, but
reason, and
now
a massive hit, obviously, with everything else. See, the thing was that if you
if
look
it
at the
goes,
history, it took that big dip that everyone else took, but then it didn't really recover. It actually did worse.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would buy this until you get a complete trade a candle completely above the 200 and look for a
Above the
breakout.
200 moving average.
Yeah, right now it's iffy
It's yeah,
on the
it's
chart.
scratching
On the,
it. It's scratching the
might
200, right?
like, I might like CVS better. I might like Walmart if I'm looking for a retailer as opposed to a drugstore. Walmart is going to be growing competition to Amazon in certain areas.
Interesting.
So Walmart, you got to keep your eye on Walmart for a big monster company. There's room to grow. I like Amazon as well, of course. You know when the time to buy Amazon is.
When?
Do you know that? There's a rule. You know that the time to buy Amazon is anytime. Anytime is the time to buy Amazon. And
um,
there's another rule. Rule number two about Amazon. You
yeah,
ready?
sure.
When in doubt, buy Amazon. And with that, I'm Amazon
Okay,
because
well, yeah. While you're doing
that
that, I just wanted to mention a couple things. Godfather's on, Godfather Frazier, and he asked about ADMA.
all
I'm not
right.
sure what that is. Um,
The Godfather Frazier has got one of the nicest. What do you call them? Emojis. Is that what you call it? Icons,
yeah,
whatever it is.
I'm liking it myself, except it's a little red thing,
A
and
little red.
covering all the action. The
Yeah.
Facebook thing is covering the YouTube symbol is covering all the action. I guess
Yeah. So
that's deliberate.
MDMA has been a gift that Godfather Frazier alerted me to. Thank you,
Which
Godfather
one?
Frazier. I bought that one, not, I mean, lower than where it is now.
What ADMA?
Yeah. You think I don't listen to Godfather Frazier?
I, I'm sure you listen to everybody. Well, it's in your
I,
wheelhouse.
I listen to everybody but you. What are you talking about?
Well, no, see, that's exactly it. You do listen to everybody but me. So if you sold that stuff, it wasn't from anything I said.
I should not
Um,
have listened to you. I made an exception. I listened to you. And you know why I listened to you? Because you were right. You're taking a few
just
profit.
because that makes sense, but if there's this research I do about whether or not once you're in when you talk about rational thought, once you're in a casino, does rational thought even matter? Was my question.
Uh,
Because
no, not in a casino.
you're in a place where all your decisions are irrational anyway. So maybe you should actually have a
Right.
sort of a warped sense of a logic when you're in a casino. That's not the same as you would have when you're in your church. And that was
Yeah.
my thinking. So it turns out that sometimes I think like I'm in a church or a classroom, and not like I'm in, a gambling house, which is what some of
You
these
know, you
stock
know,
markets are.
you know, say, I think, therefore I am.
Is that your philosophy?
Yeah, in fact, I heard that
I'll have to
from
write that down.
some French guy. I
Oh yeah,
forgot his
well, you
name.
see again. Now we have to talk about Cartesian planes, and we're back in the classroom.
I forgot his name. You know what? I want to look at the weekly on this one because you get a better picture on
Oh,
this
this is
one.
Amazon.
You
All
get
right.
a more bullish outlook. So let's look at the weekly once I get full screen. And then you can go. I mean,
Yeah, I
basically,
appreciate
we're
that.
approaching the hour mark, and
He says gifts. That's what
I'm
they're
not
called.
going further than that.
Okay. Uh,
I will chart ADMA and anything else that was requested, and then I'm going to go too. What are you going? You got a poker game tonight?
I indeed do. I want to lose my
Oh,
money in more
good.
than one place. What do you think? I only want to lose it in the and I want to lose it at the casinos. I want to lose it to my friends.
All
Why do you think I
right.
want my wife to have it when I
Well,
die?
I'm sure your
She
friends
she won't know. She won't know what
appreciate
to
it.
do with it. She'd probably spend it on stupid stuff like food and
Yeah,
maybe clothing for the
yeah,
children.
of course. Whereas you would forego the food in a pinch and just buy the beer,
Well,
wouldn't you? Would you
I
rather
you know
have like a spaghetti? Where would you rather get your carbs from a bud or from
that's right.
macaroni?
Man cannot live on bread alone, right?
Yeah, I mean, you get the carbs one way or the other.
In this way, you,
All
you
right, so
also
this
you also get your drink at the same time, so you don't die of thirst. Because we know that somebody would die of
look
thirst before they die of starvation.
look at this beautiful support at the 100 on the weekly. I love it, and it's crossing. The price of the stock is crossing the 50. I'm just so wildly bullish on Amazon. And if you connect the
Yeah,
dots here, you have a nice
it's
little
poised to
channel.
strike, huh?
Yeah,
You're right.
I see it
No,
going
I see it too. It's definitely
where,
poised to strike.
where I mean, you have a nice little bear market over the last what is it from 7, 8,
Right.
but longer term, it's a very strong bull market.
Well, it's
So
yeah, it's one of those pennants that you keep talking about.
yeah, I mean, longer term, this looks very strong. In the short term, it could test the 1684 area again. I'm not saying it's impossible. It could. But then it would be a strong buy. So right now it's just a buy. It goes down, buy it, strong buy. All right, so that's
I
it
think
for tonight.
Clarence was
ADMA,
liking when you were on
you
a
can
when
get
you were
out.
on its hair, giving out all that money with those stock picks of yours, right?
What's
Like what
that?
was one like RCL, ARQL, Geron, all of those. You have any more in that bag of tricks
Yeah,
of yours, my friend?
I can't short them all. I can't short them all, but they all look interesting. ARQL looks very interesting. Takeover room is. You know what else I like? A stuffy, a little stodgy one. It's stodgy because it's up about $140 a share, I think. Sage, is it? I don't remember what the price is exactly. I think it's that. I like the fundamentals on Sage Biotechnology. All right. Anyway, I don't own that one either. I'm giving out a lot of names of stocks that I don't own, but I'm interested in. They're on my watch list.
Yeah.
All right,
Well.
so we're going to look at you can go. You can
Yeah.
say
All right. I'm
sayonara,
I'm going.
shalom, au revoir.
Goodbye, everybody. It was nice talking with you, and I'll see you next week.
I'm throwing you off.
Okay.
ADMA. ADMA. It's just me and the rest of the world. ADMA for Godfather Frazier and all the longs, because Dr. J is long ADMA. When Dr. J is long as stock, the chart always looks better to me. Is that human nature, maybe? Maybe. But I'll try to be objective, as objective as I can. Of course, it's not loading. That's because Spike left. Spike left and it refuses to load. Ah, come on. Come on. Ew. I don't know why it's not loading. I'm going to get rid of the Amazon chart. Maybe that'll help. No, it doesn't seem to want to load ADMA. I'll give it one more chance. ADMA. ADMA. Very slow, my computer. I want to go watch the Knicks tonight. They're playing at Boston. I think they got a chance to knock them off. They weren't that far away at home last week against Boston, so why not? Give it a shot. ADMA, come on. I'm going to stop screen sharing. I'm very bullish ADMA, Godfather Frazier, but my computer is not cooperating very, very well. So I stopped screen sharing, and I'm going to come back and say hello and good night and all of that. Is there anything else I forgot to chart? GIFS, gifts. That's I don't know what gifts is. Yeah, ADMA is. Yeah, I have a little irrational exuberance with ADMA. Rosie is here now. It's just you and me, Rosie, because you missed Spike. Spike had to go play poker.
I actually joined about half hour in, so I got to see him.
Why didn't Spike tell me? It was his job. It was Spike's job to tell me. So it's his fault, not my fault. You gotta blame him. Look, I blame Spike for everything that goes wrong. Not just this. If there's something that goes wrong, my computer don't work, it's Spike's fault. Last one. Let's chart ADMA. All right, you in for this one, Rosie? We're going to chart ADMA. Keep your fingers crossed. Let me see those fingers crossed.
They're crossed.
Because Godfather Frazier has been waiting a long time, and my computer's not cooperating, but we're going to try one more time. Share screen. Okay. Only for Godfather Frazier would I do this, by the way. Nobody else. Well, maybe for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, maybe for you. Share screen. I hope it works this time. ADMA. It looks quicker. Things are moving faster. I got to have a talk with Spike why he doesn't see you. Are you invisible to him? Maybe you're invisible to him and only visible to me. That's possible, you know. May not be his fault. I might be blaming him when it's not his fault, which is okay also, you know. Nothing wrong with blaming somebody when it's not their fault. President Trump seems to know how to do that. In fact, most politicians, not just him. Yeah. When you're a politician, you master the art of blaming other people when it's not their fault.
Yeah.
So that's one of the attributes that you see in politicians, the ability to put the blame on someone else. Okay. 497. Yeah, I'm making money on this. Woo. Is it time to sell yet? That's what Godfather Fraser must be asking. Let's see. Now the fundamentals are still very strong on this one. Let's see how the chart looks. It's loading. It's loading. So we made a double high. Oh, it's loading. It's reloading. Wasn't happy before. Thought I was getting all excited for no reason, Rosie.
Ah.
I was getting all, here we go. Look at this. It shot up here on 4/1 to $6.31. And that's clearly the target. But more recently, a double high was put in at 548. And it was also put in at 545 2 days later. So we have, there's about 5 hits of that area. So it's more like a quadruple high or whatever number of, like a pretty tough high. We take that high out and we're going to go all the way up to that 631 high. So, we wait and see. Does it cross the 548 high? If it does, buy more. Don't sell, buy more. That's how I see it. Godfather Fraser, are you as bullish this stock as you were earlier, or now that it's had a little run, you're a little less bullish? Let's see what Godfather Fraser has to say. My feeling is that, it's a hold at this point. If it crosses the high from 2 weeks ago, then I think it's a strong buy. And that's a quick look at the chart. I also am influenced by the fact that the fundamentals are very strong and I own it. When I own something, I'm very optimistic because otherwise I wouldn't own it. You know what I mean, Rosie? If I didn't like it, I wouldn't own it. 15 by Q2 2020. That's a nice target. Oh, I'm going to get rich. What do you want to do? Get me rich? I'll put in a 550 buy stop. Look, as I always say, disclaimer. What's my disclaimer, Rosie? Our opinions are strictly our own and do not constitute investment advice. Check with an investment advisor before acting on any of our ideas. It's just an idea. Just an idea.
Okay.
It's an idea that I probably will act on, but not necessarily. I may not even follow my own advice. Oftentimes I do, but sometimes I don't. Easily a great buyout target and vertically integrated. Godfather Fraser has got the facts. I don't have the facts. I just take a look at the chart and say, ooh, I'm glad I'm in this one. So how you been, Rosie? We haven't seen you for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I've been pretty good actually. I started that new job. It is it's a temp to perm position, but it is a financial company in Midtown Manhattan, and our trading floor is actually, I work on the trading floor. I don't work with the traders, but I work on the trading floor and I get to see them.
That's so exciting.
It is. It's very, very exciting.
That's where the action is.
Yeah, it is. A lot of money flows through there. But
and the traders have 3 or 4 screens on their desks, right?
Yep, 3 or 4 screens on their desks.
Yeah.
And everyone is very, very quiet. So I've heard that other companies have very loud trading floors, and ours is extremely. Yeah, this one is extremely quiet. A pin drop.
So you have a relatively quiet trading floor. How many traders are on the floor with you?
Oh, wow. It's a lot. I think maybe 70 to 80. It is an entire, it's an entire room.
And they're talking on the phone. They're talking on the phone constantly. How could it not be noisy?
They're not. It really is very quiet. I guess maybe they're trading from their computers.
Right.
Instead of calling to place the trades.
Right.
But It is extremely, extremely quiet, but it's very nice to just watch them do what it is they do, and they're
Yeah,
very passionate about what they do too.
yeah. So you really belong here now. Now that you have this job, you belong on this show, Rosie. You've earned your stripes, and you're
Oh,
going to
thank you.
now make sure you do not
Mhm.
give us any inside information ever.
I
Never,
won't.
ever. If you
I
hear
won't.
something, don't say a word. Please do not say a word.
My
Of
lips are
course,
sealed.
Godfather Fraser would say it's okay, no problem. Right, Godfather? You don't mind if Rosie gives you some inside info. No, but seriously, be very careful about that, Rosie.
Mhm.
Okay, so who do you like, the Knicks or the Celtics for tonight?
The Knicks.
That's the answer. That's the answer. The 1-5 Knicks are going to beat the 3-1 Celtics. No problem.
Crossing my fingers.
Yep. Just blink really hard. Okay, so the signal is do this. You're talking about. Oh, by the way, I said I didn't like Netflix. That's my short. I don't know if you missed that
Oh.
or not, but I don't like Netflix. I think the business model is terrible for Netflix going forward.
Well, Disney just pulled all of their movies from Netflix, right?
Yes,
Or they're going to. Yeah.
they already
Disney.
dropped 25% from 400 to under 300. I think they're going down to 200 would be my target on Netflix.
Okay.
I don't have a position, but I just don't like it.
Hmm.
Disney is strong. Absolutely. GF is right. Disney is a strong stock. It's been
Hmm.
a tremendous performer right through the years. Mickey Mouse is doing quite well. You know, Mickey Mouse is exactly my age. You can figure out how old I am if you look up when Mickey was born. Mickey and I are months apart. I won't say what year that was. I was being foolish with Geron. Uh, yeah, what does that mean? You were being foolish with Geron. I'm not sure I'm clear on that, Godfather. Geron, I think, is a very good hold. You can buy it now or buy it later. I think the action will come about a year from now on that stock. But I don't think you can get hurt too badly in the meanwhile. You did not buy Disney instead of, oh, you were talking about way back, right? You're talking about before the collapse from 7 to $1.50. Apple will win the streaming wars in the end. Google is now involved with YouTube. YouTube original content is free. So, you know, what are you paying Netflix? What do you pay them? 18 a month? I don't even know what it is anymore. I gave up my subscription when what was the name of that show with the Kevin Spacey? What was the name of that? House of Cards? When he pushed
Hmm.
when he pushed the reporter onto the train tracks, I said, "This is enough." I canceled my subscription. I decided that's not for me. I don't like that show. I'm not going to pay for it. Is Decifera a hold now? Mary Ann wants to know. I don't know, Mary Ann. I don't know. I don't know. I don't follow it. I have no idea. Google bought Fitbit. I knew it would. I knew it would. What did they pay for it? I mean, Fitbit at 3. I almost pulled the trigger on it. Probably the takeout is probably $8 or something. Do you know what the takeout price is, Clarence? It's annoying. I should have been in on that. 7.28 a share. Oh, yeah. Even at 6 the other day, I was thinking of buying it. It would have made $1.28. All right, so we got to call it a night. Rosie, you know what? We got to have you come on with the chat and then tell us that you're waiting. That way,
Okay.
that way, Casara, I mean, Spike will will realize that you're there. Otherwise, he doesn't see you, I think.
Okay.
6 billion, wow, for Fitbit. And they will be competing with that Apple Watch in no time. I think Google, Apple, and Google and Apple and Amazon going forward are going to continue to be behemoths. I don't see anything stopping them, even the SEC. So that's my theory. I think ignore the SEC. They're not going to do anything. Give them a fine. And that's it for tonight. We want to say shalom. We want to say au revoir. We want to say arrivederci. We want to say hasta la próxima semana. Rosie, you want to say goodbye in any language?
Sure. How about Hindi?
Go
Namaste.
ahead. How do you say it?
It's namaste.
Sounds good to me. Give a wave. A
Have a
wave.
good night.
Have a great night. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Bye all. Happy trading to you.